Hi, I'm Paul Miles and I'm at TU Detroit 2017. I'm here joined today by Scott Frank, Vice President of Marketing for Airbiquity. Hi Scott, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
The connected car and more especially the advance of over-the-airways updates, they're going to be really important. Especially with the driverless car, especially with the offerings that people will be expected to get, being upgraded all the time. Yet we still have problems with connectivity everywhere. Where's the big challenge for companies working in this area in planning their, designing their future offerings when there's still problems with connectivity?
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, we have to have a stable, connectivity between the vehicle and the cloud now, which is typically where all these services are occurring. That's actually not as inconsistent, maybe, as some people might think. We kind of, at least Airbiquity from a services perspective, of course we have the connectivity of the vehicle is essential, but we're very much focused on what is the strategic intent and what's the architectural design. And if we're talking about data specifically, OTA data, it's understanding where the data is going to be sourced on the vehicle, which is increasingly across the whole vehicle instead of just in the cockpit. And then securely being able to access that data and get it up off board, right, up into the cloud, where then you can kind of leverage that data with data and analytics and derive value, which can be monetization through services. Many of these services have yet to be created that then come back down into the vehicle, and all of that in a secure, reliable way across the vehicle connectivity that has been established for other use cases like safety and security and infotainment and things like that. The other side of the coin to OTA not only is the data, but also the software updates and being able to continually update the software on the car. So we kind of see two worlds to OTA. There's bringing new software down to the car, and that is very valuable for addressing break fix, recall related to software, addressing cybersecurity breaches, but then simultaneously getting the data off the car so that can drive new services, new experiences that then come back down into the car that are really focused on owning and driving a car. This is really, well beyond infotainment, where companies like ours are really focusing these days.
Sure. Now, obviously, with the amount of data a car can generate, with it's covered in sensors, even today, it's an enormous amount that it'd be too big to send up all of it up to the cloud.
Yes.
So there has to, I imagine you'd have to have mechanisms that would prioritize certain data and store other data.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a huge area of focus for us right now, is how do you manage and orchestrate that in an effective and efficient way? And the answer is through back-end services in the cloud, where you can prioritize your data collection. So let's say that a vehicle is capable of exporting, if you wanted, 1,000 data points. Well, you might find out that maybe you only want to start by exporting 250 data points, and then after you start managing the data and using analytics and figuring out where the best value is derived, then you realize, well, there's only about 50 that we really care about, and we want all the time, like continual data collection, and then maybe the other 50 we want periodic data collection. So now you're starting to kind of manage the data volumes relative to the value that can come from that data based on real analytic experience. But you have to be able to dynamically modify all that, just like we can dynamically modify our conversation right now. Well, on the back end, on the OEM or the tier 1 supplier side, they need the ability to dynamically manage that data collection. And cars that don't have systems in place that can do this, their data strategy really is very fixed in the design and the production cycle. If a car is designed to export 25 sets of data when it's built, that's all you get for the rest of the life of the car. the key is really going to be to be able to make those adjustments on the fly.
Yeah.
There's another technique too that's really a very interesting model that we're facilitating, and that's edge analytics on the car. So actually, don't export the data off the car, bring the analytic modules down to the vehicle, do the analytics on the car, and then export the analytic result. So that way, and then you can periodically upload the entire car data file when you get to a very efficient, high bandwidth network opportunity like Wi-Fi, for example, like when you park your car in your garage.
Yeah.
So do the big data dump maybe once a week, maybe once a day, but do the continual analytics and send up the results based on preset frequencies and based on the business models that are getting powered.
Excellent. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Thank you.